Listed. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I had a oopsie. That was the previous name. Y'all are now VIPs. Hey, my VIPs. This video is mainly gonna be about me droning on and on about Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Super, talking about canon content and filler content as well. While in the background, I'm mainly gonna have like a picture of some sort and whatnot that y'all go and see because I'm gonna be just going on and on and on. So yeah. Okay, so I had some pictures set up, and I'm just gonna have like some of the pictures of people I'm talking about just up on the screen. Do we forget that Future Trunks was in a lot of these filler movies? That like, do we forget that? Like, maybe I'm just too old, but he was a presence. Like, do we forget about Future Trunks' presence? And no, I ain't talking about this Future Trunks. I'm not talking. I don't know who the hell this is. I still just who is that? But anyways, do we just forget that? Do we forget all of the like theories and like myths and whatnot making up for like why Future Trunks even has lavender hair? While we forget that his grandfather literally has lavender hair too. Like there were so many fucking rumors and theories and shit about it. And it's just like, dude, his grandfather has lavender hair. Why would he not have lavender hair? Like, bro, he's not a full-fledged Saiyan. So their hair color and their like length of their hair is not gonna be the same as like full-blown Saiyans like Goku and Vegeta. So it's kind of like, yeah, like, do we forget that? In fact, let's go to another thing. Now, this is the Trunks I'm not personally talking about. I'm talking about the future Trunks as a kid Trunks. Like, that sounds confusing as it is. But future Trunks when he was a kid, do we forget about that sword that he got on his back around his shoulder? Do we forget about that sword? Here, the strap. You see the strap? Right here. Do we forget the origin of where he got it from? Do we just forget that? Do we forget that there was an entire movie about this sword? Like, do we forget the film? Because the thing is, though, it's like, I think it does have something to do with, like, you know, the regular Trunks and not the future Trunks as a kid. But his sword was made by his mom, I would think I heard, as I looked up the wiki. But there was an actual entire other movie explaining that he had actually got this sword from, I believe, an alien who turned into a giant golden beetle. Like, bro, do we forget that? And it was filler, yeah, sure. But it's kind of like, dude, that was a Bob. Do we forget that? In fact, let me just search up the names for these movies, because do we forget that? Like, I'm gonna say, do we forget that a lot? Because, bitch, I feel like we have. Like, I love it. I hate it, actually. I love that I can remember these because, honestly, they are old. But I hate that some don't. Like, I can't. I turned the brightness up. This one, their name, I'm gonna butcher it. Herudegarn. I think that's their name, Herudegarn. This gigantic beetle, this final boss, this just skyscraper sized individual, this creature had a whole movie about them. That's what it looked like in his first like before the multiform and whatnot. Like, bro, look how gross that a tail and everything. That is Gohan, older Gohan. So it just brings me to the belief that that was like regular Trunks rather than future Trunks as a kid. My memory is old. This is a really old movie. I watched this when I was 5, okay? So it's like, don't judge me. Don't judge me. But yeah, do we forget this? Like, is this just not a thing? Like, do we just bring this out of our heads? Like literally erase it from our minds? Do we forget that? Do we forget about BoJack? Hold on. And no, I don't mean the horseman. I mean this blue ginger-haired motherfucker. This orange Fanta haired as blue individual. Like, literally 2 Fanta drinks combined together. Like this dude right here with the do-rag on. Like, do we forget that? They were like pirates. He had a whole gang. They honestly look like pirates. And I kind of like the fit. Like, it was a bop. It was something. It was something. It was something else. But do we forget this? Like, do we not know who this is? Whole movie where they did tournaments, it had future Trunks in it. The movies that have future Trunks in it, they're just automatically gonna be just killer. They're just gonna be really good, okay? Just keep that in mind, okay? We had teenage Gohan, not 12-year-old Gohan, not 11-year-old Gohan, after defeating Cell Gohan. So he was around 13 or 14, right? One of the coldest moments. We're not gonna forget this. This is final form after he basically kills his team and absorbs their powers. But yeah, anyways, one of the coldest forms, bro. One of the coldest moments, phrases, lines, whatever. Was just, you forget, Bojack, that I'm my father's son. Like, and he turned up. He went Super Saiyan 2 on that blueberry cake donut shaped motherfucker. He went insane. This was their whole squad, though, by the way. They honestly look cool. I'm not even gonna hold you, man. The movie made them look cool. I'm not even gonna hold you. They were pretty cool. BoJack and his game was they were pretty cool. But yeah, and this girl who was flirting with Krillin, I don't know, like Krillin got Riz, bro. Do we forget that Krillin has Riz? No, I'm just kidding. Fuck no. I'm not gonna get into that at all. But no, do we forget that? And yes, I remember Goku coming back from the dead to help them. Like, do we forget that? That's crazy, bro. They fought a bunch of like orange-haired blue pirates and shit after they were competing in a tournament. It was crazy. It was actually an event. Like, I love it. Oh, I just remembered an extra one. Janimba. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Janimba. Do we forget this devilish individual? Do we forget him? This was his first form. This just custard Teletubby. This was his first form. And then he go from this to this. One of the coldest glow ups in my life. No, did we forget this? No, because Goku was so silly with this one. And then we saw Super Saiyan 3. This movie made me think that Super Saiyan 3 was a goated transformation. I already was in love with Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2 is one of my favorite forms of Goku and Gohan. But Super Saiyan 3, it sold me with this. Even though I got past the fact that he ain't had no eyebrows. I didn't care after that point. It was just like, okay, he's actually strong like that. That type of stuff. Like, that's what this movie convinced me of. And I appreciate it for that. It was just it's such a fun movie. And there's parodies of it. There's an abridged version. Like, there's so many. Oh, gosh. That's how you know it's good. When the original and the abridged version is just dope. Like, when they're both dope, neither of them are lacking. That's how you know it's good. And, oh my. I'm getting even more excited. I'm sorry. Hold on. In fact, I'm not sorry. Fuck it. I am so happy I saw this movie as a kid. I am so happy because we got Gogeta. We got Gogeta in this one. And yes, I am glad that they made him canon, though I appreciate this Gogeta even more because of just how swift they were in general, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you. Defeated them. They had a disco ball that they summoned out of thin air. They just threw that shit at him, and he was no longer himself. Like, bro, he was cut in many pieces. It was really a big thing. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. And at the end, when Janemba went back to the form of like a regular devil teenage boy and whatnot, like, the kid ran off like a weirdo, and then Gogeta he was like smiling and laughing. And yeah, it was a combination of his voice and Vegeta's, but it reminded me so much that this is Gogeta. Goku's name come first in the transformation. That laugh, that smile reminded me so much of Goku, and it made me happy. Because I was like, I do not want another Vegeta individual. I'm tired of Vegeta being the main thing in these fusions. Like, damn, the one fusion we have where it's mainly supposed to be Goku, more so than Vegeta, even though most of Vegeta's name is in the transformation. But anyways, it's like that's what I liked at the end. He was just like, he chuckled a bit at that because the kid was running all fucking silly and stuff like that. He defeated the villain without having to kill them. Like, bro, it was a win. It was a really big thing. Like, that's what made me adore it. Look at this. This is the Gogeta I know, bro. This is the Gogeta I know. This is the one I'm familiar with. Oh, I love it. And now, one of the most I was gonna talk about the Broly coming back movie. I'm not gonna talk about that one. That one was Straight Cheeks. The villain was Straight Cheeks, not actually the other characters. I did not mind Gohan in that one at all. I didn't even mind Videl, even though I don't like Videl. I did not mind her in that movie at all, actually. She was a real trooper. Videl is a trooper. I gotta give it to her. Like, Videl's a trooper. I just don't like how in GT her daughter's annoying as fuck and reminds me so much about her when she was 18. Like, anyways, we're gonna get into that a little bit later. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the Broly coming back movie. I'm not the super. I'm talking about like the DBZ filler movie and whatnot. Broly's already a filler villain, but he had a second time where it's Bio Broly. That's what the name is, Bio Broly. That movie was dog cheeks. Like, oh Lord. I'm not gonna talk about that one. I'm not. I may just go straight into GT now. Am I? Am I going to? Let me think about it. You thought I was finished? Y'all, a bunch of munches. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not even gonna quote that damn song. Oh my gosh. But yeah, anyways, I looked up Cooler, and this is what I got. We're gonna talk about this movie, okay? No. Oh my fucking gosh. I forgot. I forgot to look up the DBZ at the end of it. I don't know how I forgot, but I was just like, you know what? They'll understand what I'm saying. Nah, Google ain't understand shit. It go bring up all these coolers like it's trying to be funny or something. You're not funny, Google. The fuck? You're not hilarious at all. But y'all, anyways, we're talking about this. You thought I was feeling you, goddamn. Nah, just kidding. I just feel compelled to say that. But you thought I was gonna forget about this movie? Hell no. Like, do we remember this? Frieza's older brother, bro, his voice was like silk to me when I was a kid. I was just like, dude, this dude, he's a boss level villain. I like that. He's a boss level villain. It was like, I like that. It's kind of like, okay, he reminded me, I thought he reminded me a bit of Sesshomaru in a way, where Sesshomaru sometimes would just pop up during Inuyasha, and I'd be like, okay, why are you there while Inuyasha's there? Like, it's like you're showing up on purpose. Like, what the fuck? And then he would just, basically, it would be on site. Like, he would just be fighting Inuyasha, and it's just like, bitch, why are you here? Like, bro, no, but Cooler wasn't like that. He kind of, like, got his lick back for Frieza. Like, just like, oh, yeah, how dare you, like, kill part of my family and stuff like that, and think you're gonna get away with it. Nah, that's not how the Cold family is gonna go down in history. Like, that type of shit. He was just like for honor type shit. He was really like, he really fighting them for his family, like talking with. Even though he don't like his family, like talking with, it's like still, I like that. I like this transformation, his final form. Essentially, this is really what it is. He has more transformations, but you know how like Frieza's family works into where like, they're not like Saiyans where they get so close to death and then they power up. It's more like, oh yeah, they basically they practically die and then they get like, no, just kidding. But it's like after they get defeated once, like a little bit injured, they somehow get a random power up. It's like they can't really die. Like Frieza, it took a while for him to actually honestly die before this. And then with this filler one, we get this one and then Mechanical Cooler, where he's still alive somehow. Bits and pieces of him were connected with like a certain like chip or code, and it made like this kind of mechanical cooler and whatnot on the new planet Namek and whatnot. It was a whole nother movie, and that movie was good too. Oh, I don't want to talk about it right now though. I don't feel like talking about it. I'm more familiar with this one, even though the other one was pretty darn cool. Like, damn, the filler movies are so good, man. My best friend had she had all the filler movies for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. She had all of them. She is really the GOAT. She had all of these. We would be binge watching them when we were there, but we mostly talked like just throughout the day. So it's like we kind of watched only like 2 movies because we'd be talking so much. But baby, she had them. And man, I just say like, bitch, I am blessed. Like, that's the thing. She's blessed too. Cause goddamn, like I love it. I love it. I love it so much. But I love her and I love this so much. Like, I can't. Now, it was inevitable to talk about this because, well, one, this entire series is a filler. Don't we love that shit? No, we don't. This entire one was a filler, bro. Dragon Ball GT wasn't filler. It was like a fan fiction, basically, of the whole thing. Which, honestly, if I'm gonna be just for real with you, I actually didn't mind it as much. The most annoying factor was really just a child, and it was literally Pan. And that's really it. That's all I had an annoyance with was Pan. Everything else I was not mad about. There were some slight annoyances, like with Android 17 coming back. Who brought him back? The red ribbon motherfucker that nobody wanted to come back. Like, bro, and he came from hell. It's just like, no one wanted you back, sir. But we did get Super 17, so should I be complaining? Not at all. Not at all. What I do hate though is in Dragon Ball GT, we get older, and I'm gonna say adult Trunks, not adult future Trunks, adult Trunks or teenage Trunks, older teenage Trunks. We get that. He's right here. And he wears this blue bandana around his neck. He's incredibly smart. Like, we love that bitch. That's what I imagined him to be. Like, I can't. He's sort of dorky in a way too. He's not now. He's not Gohan level dorky. Goddamn it! Like, no, not at all. But you know, he's kind of I like that. I like that he is a bit different from Future Trunks. Of course, he's gonna be different from Future Trunks, but I like how different he is compared to Future Trunks. Like, I kind of like that. But I also liked Oob too. I feel like in Dragon Ball Super, they're taking longer to get to Oob. Like, I needed them to get to Oob like right away. And be honest with you, I was afraid that they were gonna retcon the Boo saga or the Boo arc when Super was about to come out. I was like, are they gonna get rid of Majin Buu? Because I don't want them to. That entire arc was very important, and I love it. Like, I can't. But they didn't, and I'm very glad about that. So we will be seeing Oob in the future. But I did like how they did Oob in GT and whatnot. He was actually interesting. Like, bro, and it expanded upon him more. Like, dude's a hero. Like, I love that for him. Like, I can't. Bro, oh my god. Don't even get me started on Gogeta, bro. Ah, they gave us Gogeta in DBGT. They gave us Gogeta in GBT. Oh, they gave us that. I'm sorry, I'm doing the most right now because I'm so excited. They gave us Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. They gave us that. You know, we were really begging for crumbs, but then they gave us a whole Philly cheesesteak. Like, baby, they said, oh, you gonna eat today. Like, how dare they eat? How dare they eat this up like this? How dare they do that shit? Like, you know, golly. How did they do this to us, man? How did they do this to us? They knew what they were doing. I'm so happy this was created, bro. Cause you know why I'm so happy this was created? Because at least it was created. Cause I know damn well we're probably not gonna see this ever in Super. Cause Super Saiyan 4 is not a thing in technical canon at all. I'm so bad. I'm so pissed off. We had Super Saiyan God, which I hated. Goku looks so malnourished in that red form and shit. Like, don't nobody like that fucking form. And then with Super Saiyan Blue, it's literally just them with blue hair. Like, bitch, they look cooler with the regular blonde. Like, ugh. It's just like, I'm a hater, but I don't care. Like, bro, this was actually so cold. This was so cold, and they decided to basically get rid of it. Like, how dare you? Literally, how dare you? I know it's part of a filler series, but you could have incorporated that into canon. Like, you managed to incorporate Broly and Goku's parents into canon. You can incorporate this into canon. Oh my gosh, an extra movie I forgot to mention was Bardock. That movie was so good, but it was so short. It was too short. And then the other movie, I kind of didn't like it where Bardock came back, but it's like more so he was back in time, and he's the one that's the legendary Super Saiyan, the first Super Saiyan to be a Super Saiyan. Like, that's the thing. I didn't like that shit. I didn't like that movie altogether. Oh my gosh, I'm popping my shit too much. I spit on my screen. My bad. Oh, hold on. Wait, not just kidding. Oh my gosh, I'm doing too much. Look how adorable. See, that's what I like about Gogeta. He is more like Goku. Just like in Vegeta, you hear more rumble. The rumble from Vegeta, you hear more of the rumble from Vegeta, in my opinion, than you do from like Goku. I feel like Vegeta is more of Vegeta's personality. They already look like Vegeta, but it's like, I like the Gogeta one where they kind of have it be that he's a little bit like Goku. Like, Goku, when he's fighting, Goku loves fighting. So he's serious when, especially if it's a world-ending threat. He is serious. He's not on no playtime type shit. But, you know, of course, he has humor. So he gonna be a little bit silly, a little bit goofy, a little bit, you know? So it's just like, yeah, oh my gosh. And this entire outfit was so cold. Oh, I'm so mad. No, what was crazy was that they had, like, you know, the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And he had his leather pants still on. Like, what the fuck? His transformation included leather pants. Like, that just was shiny too. Like, what? It was like, okay. It was cute though. Like, not his mustache. Did we forget about Vegeta's mustache? I don't want to pull it up. I don't like his mustache. Now we're going to Bardock. This was a filler movie that I forgot to mention. Bardock? He fine. No, cause his entire outfit, this entire design, bro. Even though it's simple, it's like I liked it. Honestly, seeing him in Super and not seeing him in this outfit felt off. It felt very off. I was like, okay, how are they gonna incorporate his story into it while also doing like a kind of revenge arc thing? And that's why he went against Frieza and all that. They did not show it. And I know it was the Broly movie, so it's not gonna be about Bardock and Janae. So it's gonna be about Broly. So it's like, damn, they're not gonna show all of like Bardock going up to Frieza, talking heavy and stuff like that while about to blast him, knowing it's not gonna land. Like, he's not gonna show that shit. But I wish it did. And the fact that in this movie, he basically went a whole revenge thing because his whole team was swept by Frieza's closest soldiers, I would say. Like, I don't know how to describe them. The soldiers, I guess. And I feel like I said Vegeta instead of Frieza. Bardock's going against Frieza. I feel like I'm saying Vegeta instead of Frieza. I'm sorry, but Bardock was going up against Frieza, and he knew he was gonna lose, but he still was talking heavy, popping his shit, like, you know, throwing a key blast at Frieza, knowing damn well it's not gonna land. It's kind of like it was his last stand because his whole team was. They got slid, bro, by Vegeta's closest confidants. They got swept up, man. Oh, they got balled up and thrown away, man. They all dead, man. Like, they all dead, man. Like, bro, it was so bad. So much blood, it was soaked into his rag. And then he wrapped that shit around his forehead. And he said he gonna go to war with that shit. Like, bro, that's who Bardock was, bro. Then again, there are downsides to Bardock. Like, he legit forget he got 2 kids. How the hell you forget you got 2 kids? Who are you knocking up once? Like it just made it seem like, oh yeah, Saiyans are just having babies with just about anybody, which I think that was kind of it. But in the Super one, it revealed, like, you know, Bardock's a bit different. He fell in love with the one he was with, when Saiyans probably normally just hook up and just have kids to like have strong kids or whatever. But yeah, you know, he's still lower class in the regular canon and whatnot. But in this one, he's lower class too, except it's more so like he's even more of a Saiyan where he just knocked up some random people and then he has babies, but he forget he has children, which is like, how do you forget you have kids? This kid is the only one with your hairstyle coming out the womb with this freaky ass hairstyle. Like, I can't. Like, how do you not know that's your kid? How do you forget you have a child? But anyways, he forgot about, like, I think he remembered Raditz before he remembered Goku, which makes sense, I guess. But like, still, it's kind of like, okay. They did a parody of it. They were just like, Bardock was just like, oh, you know, I have one of those. Oh shit, I have 2 of those. He forgot he had fucking kids. Like, it was so stupid. I think in the original one, he was kind of like looking down on Goku because his power level was weaker. So he was kind of just like, my kid. That's not my kid. This is kind of like disowning him basically before he finds out the future of his kid being a absolute legend. That type of shit. Like, I can't. But yes, oh my gosh, I could talk forever about this. And this is the canon Bardock. He a soldier with it, but he's in generic uniform, and I don't like it. I hate it. I hate it. This is who I'm familiar with, bro. This is who I'm familiar with. But yeah. Now the blood so red around his forehead, that's what I'm talking with. That is from the blood of his comrades, bro. That is who we talking about, bro. And when they still had tails too. You remember when Saiyans had tails? When they came out the womb? You remember that? You remember when Gohan had a tail? When he was a kid? The first half human, half Saiyan. When he was a baby, he had a tail. Y'all remember that shit? Do y'all remember that? You remember how with like Trunks, I think they did a abridged version during the show before the Android saga, where I think Bulma mentioned that he had a tail coming out the womb, but she cut it off. I think that was it. But in the abridged version, I don't know if at the actual show they had actually mentioned Baby Trunks' tail. But you remember when they had tails? That's crazy. They don't have tails no more. That's actually crazy. But is that gonna be it for the video? I could talk about this forever. Oh my gosh, I could talk about this forever. I love this. I love this so much. I love this so much. I was gonna go into Super. I don't want to. Oh yeah, I mentioned Super 17 earlier. I didn't really look him up for y'all. Y'all probably don't know who that is. Y'all probably don't remember who that is. If I'm gonna be honest with you, you know who that is. You just don't remember. But Android 17, when they did a whole bullshit plot of him coming back from hell, even though it's like when did he die? But yeah, anyways, he comes back from hell. He split into two, and then these two combine together to form Super 17, who has a really cool outfit. I actually really like his outfit, bro. I actually really like the fit, but it is giving Red Ribbon Army, which makes sense because it literally comes from Red Ribbon Army. But his hairstyle too, I was just like, okay, the fit pretty nice with it. The fit pretty nice. The longer hair, okay, not that face. I don't know what the hell that is, but yo, longer hair. Those shoulders are giving TN. Like, bro, you know, top heavy, but your bottom half gone. Like that type of stuff, bro. Oh my gosh. And the ripped jean, like I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. No, cause it kind of, I like his fit a lot. It really was cold, but he did feel like a Pokemon. Like he really upgraded to this. Like bitch, he went from a while to this. Like the fuck. Like I can't. It's so crazy to me. No, cause I did I simp for it? I actually really liked his outfit during the. I like it now. Shit. And then when he did like this, and then he like, bro, he slicked his hair back and hey. Yo, and then when he was more machine than anything else. He fully became what the definition of an android is. Because honestly, they're technically cyborgs. Android 17 and 18 they're called androids, but they're really cyborgs. But it doesn't roll off the tongue as well. Cyborg 17 and Cyborg 18, like no, ew, that don't sound right. So yeah, but in this one, he's truly an android. He's actually an android. Them thighs thick. Who drew this? Them thighs girthy. Them thighs girthy. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I'm doing too much. I need to stop. But child, anyway, that chin's so long. Why is the chin so long in some of these? My gosh. Now this one. Oh, he's so pretty in this one. This one, his chin ain't that damn long. I like it. I like that a lot. What the hell? It's saying Dragon Ball reveals plans to reintroduce Super 17. Why? How are we gonna do that? How are we going to do that? How are we going to make Park Ranger Android 17 from Dragon Ball Super into Super 17? He literally had to combine with himself to form Super 17. How the hell are you going to do that? Like, no. Don't do that. Don't play with us like that. How you going to do that? Y'all crazy. Y'all actually are insane. But y'all, anyways, no, because that's not... He is completely different from GT, of course. But oh my gosh. CBR, you're something different, bro. But yeah, anyways, this is going to be the end for the video. I've just been droning on for like 30 minutes, essentially, about Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT. Mostly filler content. That's crazy. But yeah, anyways, I'm glad I did, though. I'm really stoked that I did. Thank y'all for listening to this, and may peace be with you for an eternity.